you're happening to see the live stream, we welcome you to join the Zoom as well, because that's where I am seeing your chat, and that's where you see everything in real time if it's live. So welcome. Nice to be back. It's been a little while. Today's topic is actually an important one about your tribe, aligning with your tribe. So I welcome you. Yes, thanks. Can you maybe repost that? Okay, we have our Facebook group and Chi Life Academy that we invite you to. So if you just joined and you missed that link, we'll post it again too, just to make sure. So glad to have you. And I appreciate you jumping in. So I'll get started. Few slides. We're going to have a fun experience live on social media and YouTube. Feel free to share. Thank you. Very cool. I'm in California. It is supposedly a very nice springtime, but I had kind of packed up all my sweaters and put them away, with the exception of one. I don't know why. I must have missed it. And I got so cold. So here I am in my only sweater left for the season. It just, if anyone's in the California area, you'd be like, what just happened to our weather? Anyone else with me? Well, welcome. And I'd love to know where you're from. If you just want to switch, it might say hosts and panelists, just toggle it to everyone and just say hello, where you're from, etc. And it's great to have you. Say wherever you are in the world. Could be, I know we have a worldly tribe. So find the chat, because this is kind of an interactive event, because that's how you'll get the most out of it. You will energetically shift if you get most out of it. And actually, I'm going to start some frequencies, and you'll understand a little bit more about why we chose today's frequencies. Today's frequencies is 128 hertz, heart chakra, which is peace, love, and beauty. So I will play them, and I will turn the sound. Huntington Beach, Ernest, thanks for saying hi. You are a brave soul, you. I appreciate you. So we're on this. So is it cold down there as well? Can you guys hear this gentle hum? Can you hear the hum? It's subtle. It doesn't overtake. It might change. This is not sound therapy, because you can quantum entangle with it. A little chilly, cloudy, overcast. Ugh, it was like really cold here today. I'm in Ojai, so. Okay, let's share screen and get started. Okay, I assume everyone can see my screen. And I can see you guys. Good. Well, I can't see you, but I can see the chat. So feel free to really, to get the most out of this, just be interactive. Be interactive. Because, hey, this could be your tribe, right? Some $1 million tribe awaits, and it requires interaction from you. Quick disclaimer, though, is that it's for educational use only, and we don't treat or prevent or cure any disease, because these statements haven't been evaluated by the FDA, or not a substitute for professional medical advice. Okay, always consult your healthcare practitioner. Okay, we got rid of the mumbo jumbo. You know what I'd like to know is, I'd love your interaction. If you don't mind typing in a 1, if you feel like one of the many people right now in the world that are waking up and questioning the old systems, Maybe you're breaking generational cycles and tuning into deeper truths. The old paradigms that you learned in school that was passed down from your family is not in alignment with you anymore. Yeah, thanks for your interaction. If you're ready to step into aligning with your high vibrational crowd using energy, frequency, and a proven system so you can get unstuck, stop losing time, and elevate to the frequency and vibration of this identity that has it, that is aligned with your tribe. I'd love a type 2. Thanks, Jill and Abigail. I'd love a number 2 if you're already wide awake, but you still feel like it's a lonely journey. Anyone there? Type in a 2 for me. You guys go, yeah, I think I got this all figured out, yet it's just like they're not coming out of the woodwork and hanging out with me. Yeah, same, Jill, Olivia, Alma, thank you. I get you. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron. Hey, Louisiana. I just had one more snow outside Buffalo, New York. Goodbye, snow. Emily's got a 1 and an Aaron 1. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. And thanks for typing in if all the way on YouTube as well. So here's one more question. Type in a 3. If you're experiencing relationships, right? People in your life, they're falling away. They're falling away from your life. They're no longer in alignment no matter how hard you try to hang on, and it feels a little scary. Maybe exciting at the same time. Fallen, 3. I'm so glad you guys are here. You're not alone. You know what? The truth is awakening. It's not like all love and light, is it? It often starts with loss and isolation. And the old has to fall away. It's like the dark night of the soul. It's like the breakdown before the breakthrough, as I always like to say. You see it everywhere. You see it in politics. You see it in old systems. Breaking down old science, even medical systems, right? That's why we're here. The old medical systems are no longer aligned with what people truly want, but they're afraid to let go because it's safe and familiar. Well, not really safe, but they safe to our comfort level, should we say, right? At the same time, many people, they're realizing that they no longer resonate with their old friends, even partners or environments. And it can create a real emotional void or fear and discomfort. But when you raise your vibration, everything that's not in alignment with who you're becoming is going to fall away. That includes people, systems, economy, right? So it's just expected. So things will start to fall away, including people. And by doing that, by allowing that to naturally take course, and maybe you're shifting and not putting up with certain things, you're not enabling, you're not just, you're starting to speak your truth and say, hey, this doesn't work for me. By doing that, that's how you're allowing to let the people who are supposed to be coming into your life come in, right? So what we'll do today is we'll let go of some of those outdated programming where you might feel stuck or scared, and we'll get to upgrade your identity that aligns with your like-minded high quality tribe that's maybe waiting to come into your life. Then we'll talk a little bit about how to incorporate frequency into your life for faster shifts. How are you guys hearing this? Are you hearing it a little bit in the background? There's a little bit of, I don't want it overpowering, but it is playing. You can just choose to receive it whether you hear it or not. And then with these frequencies and the quantum healing we're going to do through your superconscious, we're going to experience a healing shift. And then if there's time at the end, we'll do some Q&A, okay? How's that sound? Everybody on board? So put away your phones and stuff, and hey, there's no moment like the now. A little bit about me. I'm a manifestation coach, and it changed my life. I wasn't always this way, but it allowed me to live and breathe this work. You know, I live a really simple life. I love outdoors. I live in a resort town of Ojai, California. Speaking of moving places, this is my son, he's 22, and next week I will be an empty nester because he is spreading his wings because it's time, right? And this is my husband, love of my life. This is one of my great mentors. And I just, you know, my favorite thing to do is be outside. I garden, I hike, I swim, I have chickens, I have dogs, I have cats. And yeah, I like the simple life. But so who am I? If we haven't met yet, hello, I'm Galit Rubin. I'm a wellness and manifestation coach here at Chi Life. And I appreciate you being here because what we'll get to experience together is these wonderful frequencies that you can entangle with now. And just because I'm in Ojai in California and you're all over the world, or even watching the replay, you can entangle with the frequencies right now that I'll play, because that's quantum entanglement. As a matter of fact, I suggest that you get a glass of water if you don't already have one. Because with quantum, we'll do a little test. And sometimes if you've been on my sessions before, you know that we like to do the water test. So it's been studied and proven like that if you they took a living cell and they divided it in two, then they took that cell and they moved it, transferred it 40 miles away. And when they manipulated the original cell, the other half of the cell reacted the same way as if it was right there in the room. And many studies have been recreated to prove that when you are setting the intention or you entangle energetically with the quantum field, that you can receive the effects. So that is the truth. But I am certified in many different modalities. I mostly work intuitively, energetically, through the quantum field. And I'm a lifelong learner of spirituality, and I've worked with people and animals globally, remotely, all around the world. Well, that's what globally means, I guess. So thousands of people everywhere. But my goal in life, and it's my life's purpose, I believe, is to help you do the same, to lead you by example. That is what I truly feel. So if you have some water nearby, what we'll do here for a minute is we'll do a water frequency to structure your water. Okay? It's called a water restructuring program. It's literally a few minutes long. And I just want you to place your glass of water. Oh, actually, wait, pause it. Before I do that, I want you to drink your water. Take a few sips and just notice everything about your water. Okay? Just swirl it around. Notice the taste. Is it metallic? Is it flat? Is it thick? Is it delicious? Is it good? What is it? Everything, even if it's filtered, you know. And now choose that your water is receiving what I'm sending quantumly. Whether you're hearing a replay, we'll give the water some gift to make it more palatable, more hydrating. Obviously, because structured water is healthier and it's more absorbable, right? So, getting back to my story, I'll let you know when to drink your water again, okay? Although I never felt like I belonged anywhere, I immigrated to the States as a young teen. Um, I finally realized I was always where I was meant to be, carving my own path, but it took me a long time to realize that I did belong everywhere I was. And growing up in Israel, I was a very sensitive child. I don't know, just very sensitive. I wasn't tough like the other kids. I took everything personally. I certainly wasn't popular. And moving to the States as an awkward young teen didn't help me feel any more comfortable with myself. Sure, I had some good friends, luckily, but I never felt deeply understood. My family was different. My father actually immigrated to Israel from India, and he was violent. My mom, she didn't speak English, so my sister and I had to learn it at school. But my father was also really deeply into metaphysics. And he was from in the military, and he didn't have a lot of friends as a military man being into metaphysics. We were weird, to put it mildly. We were just weird. And I never followed a path of going to college or joining a sorority, getting a good job. I dabbled, but I never felt like I belonged anywhere. My dad wanted me to be a computer scientist, and that just was, my brain isn't wired that way. So I had very low self-esteem, confidence, and I always needed outside validation. So I want to ask you real quick if you want to give your water a drink again. Give your water a little drink and let me know if you notice anything has changed with your tasting of the water. What do you notice? Let me know in the chat if you did a little before and now you're doing an after. And if anyone notices anything specific, there's no right or wrong. So just notice what you feel is different, if anything, maybe nothing. And if you wouldn't mind just typing in the chat and letting me know how that's working for you. Taste your water again. What do you notice? Anything? Let me taste mine. Oh, that's good. And then we'll go back to the other frequency that we were talking about. Heart. Chakra 128. Oh, anyone noticing? Or no one noticed anything? Did anyone do the water test with me? Yes, Alma, what do you notice? Thanks for commenting. What do you notice about your water now that you have tasted it and we just quantum treated it, right? We quantum treated your water. Wait, I gotta just find that frequency again. Ooh, do you guys hear it? Heart chakra. Here it is. It feels less heavy. It feels like my body wants to drink it. Exactly. A little bit sweeter and lingering and refreshing. Great. Any one of the chi coil units will do that to your water. Smoother. All of you are 100% correct. Because you structure your water, you make, because the real structure of water that comes from any tap, even if it's filtered, is not structured naturally to penetrate your wall membrane. Your So it absorbs much quicker because it becomes the small enough to just enter your cells. I can do the test because all my water is structured. Hey, you can still say, is it different structured? Very cool. Maybe it's different structure, but yeah, that's awesome. Any of our coils will do that. Or yeah, you can have a water structuring unit. There's like the funnel. There's all kinds of ways to structure water. And I'm so glad that you are using structured water for better health. And if anyone else has anything else to add to that, you are welcome to add in the chat. So, oh wait, that's not it. Here we go. So I just, because I never felt like I belonged anywhere, it kind of led me to carving my own path. Everywhere I went, I moved to California we went from Israel to Minnesota, and then I moved to California. And everywhere I went, I just realized, it took me a while to realize that I just kind of, I just did what I kind of marched to the beat of my own drum. And I moved here without ever stepping foot here before, not even on vacation, and made it my home. And I quit my cubicle job at the Playboy Mansion in advertising, and I got restaurant jobs in Beverly Hills because I just wanted to have different experiences. I waited on people like Nancy Reagan, Harrison Ford, and Cameron Diaz, and I took a chance in the Hollywood industry, working behind the scenes, decorating sets. And after my son was born and some turn of events, I felt a calling to start a charity, a nonprofit dog rescue. I saved 7,000 dogs, and I adopted to people from all walks of life. But because it was in LA, in Hollywood, I adopted to Sofia Vergara, Elizabeth Banks, even Gary Oldman and his family, like all sorts of people on my journey. You would think that I would feel super successful. Like here I was written up in all these magazines, but what is success? I want to ask you. Because on the outside, I looked like I had it all. I had success. Everything I created on my journey, I did well. I felt like I was, just following my purpose. It looked like I had happiness. It looked like I had health on the outside, but on the inside, I really didn't. Later, I became an energy healer as well. And that was a whole other journey after the dog rescue, or alongside the dog rescue. I tried to step down from the dog rescue. It was really hard to leave it. I tried for 9 years. But after a while, I did become a top coach from this millionaire who guided me and led healing sessions for thousands of people all over the world. But at the time, no matter what I did before I learned what I'm going to teach you today, at the time, no matter what I did, I never felt complete. Like, who told us what success is? It's a construct. It isn't even real. So I never felt complete or worthy of having true success. Even though I looked at on the outside, I never felt like I belonged with those people that adopted my dogs, that worked on my sets, that like I was just in a different level. I was less worthy. Can anyone relate to any of this? No matter where you go, you feel somehow less than? Type in a 1 if this resonates, if you've been there before. And on the inside, I was kind of living a lie. I looked the part, but effects didn't last. Like everything was, semi-happy. And I felt like an imposter. I felt lost. I felt unworthy. And I felt very limited. I knew that there were people having the experience I wanted, but somehow I didn't know how to connect to being that me on that level. I felt that people were out of my league that I wanted to hang out with truly. I tend to struggle with fitting in. Yeah. And you put an LOL on the end, but you're not alone. You're not alone. This is in a room of people where everybody looks like they have it all. They will tell you a similar story. Who agrees with me? Who is with Abigail? Are you willing to share that, yeah, I feel like a fish out of water, and that's why I'm here, right? But even though I did feel lost, there are some agreements we pre-make before we come into this world, in in our role, in our life that we play in this lifetime. So this is my mentor and coach who taught me all I was doing wrong and taught me how to reprogram my brain. This is actually 2 days ago. We did a podcast. He does the Millionaire Mindset podcast, and we did a fun interview together. And yeah, me definitely all the time. Yeah, thanks for the shares. So Chris has been one of those people meant for my path, as is David Wong from Chi Life. Like somehow we are led. And the truth is, you're never in the wrong place at the wrong time. Something will drive you toward where you're supposed to be. Just trust it. And, wherever you're supposed to be, whether it's the easy route or the difficult route, but that's how I met him. As I attended a Rewire Your Brain event, and changed my life. Kind of like, hopefully your life will change today as well. So I was finally able to break free, and results started happening fast. I was running an outdated program that led me to believe that I don't belong enough, that I wasn't worthy and too insignificant to be with who I actually belonged, with the vibrationally, not politically. We'll touch on that a little bit. Spirituality is not political. Okay, so if you're still struggling with the right, left, and all that, you have to rise above it and let it go. It's not about who's right. They're both wrong, to be honest, and they're both played and they're both controlled. So wherever you are in the world, I know being in the States plays, a world, plays a role in the world. So if you're struggling in that area, you have to rise above and just realize it's not where you got to rise beyond that. And you will. If you're not there, you'll get less and less triggered by it. Just remember, that's not a high vibration, is it? It's actually very low. So I learned the missing link to manifesting anything, including your tribe. And it starts with self-love and self-acceptance, and ultimately authenticity is the frequency that attracts aligned connections. When you love and accept yourself fully, you stop seeking validation outside of you from misaligned people. You become the magnet yourself, not by forcing, but being authentically you and attracting it. Especially on lonely days, they are opportunities to get to know yourself. And we all have those days, like, we just want that companion, that tribe to just hang out with. And sometimes they're just, people aren't who we thought, or they're not as available, or they're not as trusting, they're not as welcoming, you're not who they thought. So this is an opportunity for you to get to know yourself. You should be your own best company. That's the truth. And you must talk to yourself like you would a beloved child, and trust that the people meant for you will it'll be easy. Okay, it won't feel like you have to be something you're not. It won't be a performance. How's this aligning, everyone? Let's I'd love to know where you are here. So just so you know, that everything comes down to your conscious and unconscious brain and your superconscious. based on previous definitions of the past. Everything you want to go for, but whatever it is you want, the conscious mind needs permission from the unconscious. And if the unconscious experienced it from the time you were very young to about 7 years old, it will allow or not allow. That's why pain and suffering, if it was survived when you were young, it'll just seek to recreate it because it's survivable. But we do have one more mind. We have the self-conscious, unconscious, and superconscious. Your higher mind, your higher self. And that's the shortcut. What we are going to do today is actually work through your higher mind to release the blocks that you're not worthy, you're not enough, you're not in alignment with your tribe. That's just a limiting belief in your unconscious. So we'll let that go today. Some of you have seen this before, but your unconscious starts forming in the womb, and your job is to belong to your family because it's very primitive for survival. And then you just seek to learn what's survivable. Maybe you had to learn to be quiet, to be good, to get good grades, to be good in sports, to like what your parents like, to not talk back, right? And this becomes locked in. And your unconscious is just running a program your entire life to get approval, because you needed to get approval from your parents growing up so they take care of you, because it's very tribal. But then you start repeating the patterns. Who finds, they say you marry your mother, you marry your father. Who finds that wherever they go, they find themselves in similar patterns that they learned in childhood. And that's what's going on. We just tend to repeat patterns from 0 to 7 years old. And those patterns create these core wounds of, I don't belong enough. Maybe your family, maybe you had lots of siblings, or maybe you were told, oh, you're different, right? Or maybe you look different, you felt different. Maybe you didn't feel worthy enough because you were told, oh, you need to show that you help everyone else first before you can have anything. So you code in that you're not worthy enough to just as you are. You have to prove somehow that you're worthy. Or you're not capable. Maybe you weren't allowed to do things by yourself and everything had to be done for you, or you were the youngest sibling and all your siblings needed to do it or something. And you develop like you don't have the capability to do anything on your own. You need permission. Or maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe you were told that you have to show what you can do to prove. So you go and you get another certificate in another class and another course. And no matter what you do, another PhD, you never feel like you're good enough to actually go for what you love. So you just keep trying to prove that you are. Or not perfect enough. Maybe you had very strict parents, you brought home that grade you're proud of and they said, you could have done better. Who had those parents? Who's relating? We all have one or more of these locked into the unconscious, and they play out through our entire lives until we learn to let them go. Or significant, maybe you've had a lot of siblings and your voice always was drowned, or maybe you were told you can, you must be seen, not heard. Or you were ridiculed or laughed at your ideas, and you're like, I'm not important. What I have to say doesn't matter. Maybe they were just too busy and didn't have enough time for you. You're like, I'm not important. Or maybe it was dangerous. Like in my house, my dad was abusive. I never felt safe. You never know what was going to trip him up. Anybody relating to these? Did you guys feel safe? Or maybe you weren't loved enough. Maybe you felt abandoned. Maybe there was a divorce and you felt like you weren't loved. Oh, Dad didn't love me because he left and he started another family. And then he didn't have time for me. He must not love me. So you see how these were formed from the mindset of a child? And you see your unconscious gets locked in by the age of 7 because it knows whatever you experienced then to know how it is in the world was survivable. So we'll just go to repeat those same wounds. How about not trust enough? Maybe you had a household that was very erratic. Maybe you moved around a lot. Maybe you had no schedule, you didn't know what to expect next. Anyone relating to any of these? What do you feel? I know I can tell you I'm not worthy enough, I don't belong, and I'm not significant. Those were really big wounds for me that I carried throughout my entire lifetime until I released them. What's important to understand is that there's no on-off switch to manifesting, so your unconscious and your conscious are manifesting together. As a manifestation coach, I always thought, well, before that, I always said, oh, I just want to choose something and I just wish it to be true a few minutes a day and align with that, and then go about my day and not realize that I was running a program underneath how I'm not worthy, I don't belong enough, I'm not significant, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, right? Both of those minds, they're actually manifesting. And guess which one is the stronger brain? It's your unconscious. So what silent instructions are you sending about your self-worth and standing in the way of receiving your tribe? Think about that. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your action, your intention, your focus. Who is relating? I would love some aha moments. Is anyone realizing, wow, yeah, I just don't feel worthy. I feel like I'm a black sheep or out of my league. You're sending silent instructions to block your tribe. If you're not in self-love because you don't believe worthy enough, not perfect enough, Jill. Yeah. So think about your childhood. Maybe you had a perfect sibling, perfect parent, and you realized that was you needed to be perfect before you could deserve something, right? It's all a level of some self about your self-worth. So think about your silent instructions, because there's no on-off switch and you're always manifesting. Thanks for your share. I really appreciate it. The big problem is people are out of vibrational alignment, okay, with who they want to be, due to their silent unconscious programming. So you say, I want to belong, but your unconscious says you don't belong. And then you feel rejection. And the unconscious mind is rewired to avoid pain at all costs. It goes for more satisfaction in life and less pain, right? And so if you have an identity that says, I don't belong, if you suddenly belonged, it actually means death to the ego. And so, ironically, the fear of rejection causes you to reject yourself first. So you end up not reaching out. You end up not showing interest in the relationship. You sabotage when things start to feel too good to be true. And you don't manifest the relationship you want. You manifest micro rejections that confirm your old story. Is this familiar? So because you don't want to be rejected and always accepted because you don't believe you belong enough, you will reject first and go, oh, I'm the black sheep, I don't belong there anyway. Or they don't like me, I don't belong with those people. Imagine everybody's doing the same thing. What about the imposter? Imposter syndrome is a sign that a part of you still doesn't believe that you're worthy of the love, success, or connection you desire. Who feels like an imposter? Gosh, I know I have most of my life. You've built a higher vision, but your unconscious identity is still anchored in an outdated version of you, the one who was small, scared, or overlooked. So the truth is, imposter syndrome isn't a flaw. It's a sign that you've outgrown your old self. So it's time to upgrade the structure. And this is how it works. It's all vibration, right? The hidden fears, we call this psychological tension. Remember all the wounds, the not enough, I'm not enough? This is current reality, desired reality. Let's say your desired reality is I want soul aligned relationships, right? With the highest version of me that's vibrating in this frequency, right? High vibe tribe, okay? But you are over here in your current reality, okay? You want to attract this, but you believe you're safe over here in the familiar. Okay, so these hidden fears that somehow you're not enough to be over here, it's truly not about others. It's about rooted in internal survival mechanisms. Your unconscious mind created them. They created it to protect you from pain and to keep you safe. But is that protecting you really? Or is it keeping you small? Does this also translate in never enough money? Absolutely, Abigail. What a great question. You can apply manifesting to this structure, manifesting anything, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's relationships, whether it's your house, your business, your weight, anything. You're welcome. We fear judgment, right? We're afraid of being misunderstood or mocked or shamed for just being you. And the unconscious mind, you know what it equates to? You're just being authentic over here as being punished or exiled, especially if it happened to you in early life or past relationships, right? When you were a kid, you heard, who do you think you are? Or you were laughed or ridiculed for doing something, even though it didn't have negative meaning. It wasn't intended to make you feel bad. It was just cute, maybe. And you took it personally and you were embarrassed and you're like, oh, never going to do that again. Never going to be, put myself out there ever again, right? Because that's locked into your unconscious. So you dim your light, you censor yourself, or you mold, personality to be likable instead of real, because we fear abandonment so often because it's rooted into our unconscious. So this stems from your early wounds that we discussed, whether, it was conditional or inconsistent, whether your love just like you felt like your parents probably loved you unconditionally, even though they didn't have a great way to show it. You took it as, I'm not safe, I'm not loved, and there are conditions on being loved, or I will be abandoned or rejected. So you make sure this never happens again because it avoids pain. The unconscious says, if I show you who I really am, I'll be abandoned or rejected, right? So what do you end up doing? The people pleaser, you overgive, you overextend, you enable, right? You suppress your own needs. Who can relate? But luckily we can use frequency tools, meditation to raise your baseline vibration. And that's what we do here with our chi coil aura in the background. I also have the chi coil max here for you as well. Okay. Who has one of these, by the way? Who has our systems? Who's interested in incorporating on any level, whether it's a small unit or a system, or all the way to maybe becoming a practitioner, or even our full wellness center? Who would want to step into a business or have their own, or maybe you already have your own, maybe you want to upgrade? Type in a me if you're any of these. Because what I want to do before we move on, how's this landing? I just want to put in, we do free consults. So I'm happy to share that with you in the chat. Thank you. And I'll just put this free link before we keep going. We'll do the energy work. So that's here in the Zoom. Perhaps we can put it in other places as well. And then let's get back to it. Does anyone find this exciting to create their own vision in a center? We do this projection and surround sound 5D experience. So my chi coil journey started like this. I was just working on with my clients. I wanted to do sound frequency, and then I found them, and boy, nothing. I never looked back. I got the chi coil max system, and all my clients said it's faster and a more enjoyable way. Even when I was doing the quantum healing and superconscious work, it helped my clients stay elevated and help them unlock their true potential even faster. So you might know that this is high dose PEMF. It's also right frequency. It uses quantum sound therapy. There's crystal resonance inside on our professional coils. You can do one, this is a Chi Coil Max or a 3S. It's scalar energy therapy, and it provides EMF protection just sitting with these coils with this crystal resonance, even when they're off. And so there's a little bit of, it's just the easiest thing. I know that there's some other things. I was originally looking for a Rife, and I'm so glad I didn't get a Rife because this is so much more versatile. But yeah, it's durable, long-lasting, non-invasive, portable, easy, fun. They need to add fun here because there's so many fun frequencies here. I just love playing with it. So it is faster, more enjoyable way to continue to elevate and stay elevated while unlocking your truest potential. Because your unconscious, it's running 95% of your behavior. Isn't that crazy? It's running your not enough somehow until you bring it to your awareness, right? Jill says, not perfect enough. I'm bringing this to my awareness now, right? And I'm choosing to let it go. We'll do a letting go session now. And otherwise it will silently dictate who you attract. You're always looking in the mirror when it comes to your relationships. And when they were created, when you attracted those relationships, they were aligned with your vibration at the time. But if you're noticing that things aren't aligning anymore, that's because you're up leveling, and that's why you're here, right? So you can't push away anymore. Your unconscious pushes away who you're trying to manifest into your life. Consciously, you want deep love, true friendships, and soul collabs, but your unconscious says, people aren't safe, you'll be hurt again, it's better to stay hidden, right? And it's because it's commanding your frequency, you keep experiencing these surface level relationships or inconsistent support or clients or partners who just drain you, or worse, nobody at all, right? And so this isn't a sign that you're broken. It's just a sign that your inner reality needs to be rewired, literally. So remember, you're an energy being in a human body. You're also super conscious. You're super conscious you're more spirit than anything else. You're playing this role in your life with your name, with your place, where you live, right? You chose it all. Okay? But your higher self, your superconscious is always present, and it's more you than any other you. It's been with you throughout all your lifetimes. It's always present. It doesn't judge you. It's here so you have an expansion of experience, your consciousness expanding itself. It's connected to the all, like in the quantum field, like how you were connected to me, to these frequencies, to the water, through your higher self. It just takes instructions from you without judgments, but both from your conscious and unconscious. Okay, if that makes sense. So, because you're also a spirit in a human body, you just forgot by design to have a human experience. You forgot that you are this. So what we do is we wire the old programming and align you with the highest frequency that you're meant to be. We elevate the identity, and the fear dissolves, and you become the person who is safe to be seen is safe to be loved, is safe to speak, to lead, to receive, and doesn't seek external validation because you've already chosen yourself in full self-acceptance. Okay, so once I let go of my limiting beliefs and unconscious programming, I was able to step down of my nonprofit for so many years. I was trying for so long, but I was just didn't feel I deserved anything else. I didn't feel like, I was just focusing on overcoming myself. And I had a fear of being seen and heard because it felt dangerous, because in the past, being visible, equaled being attacked or rejected or ignored. So I played small, I stayed silent, and I delayed sharing my true gifts. So are you delaying sharing your true gifts? But once I let it all go, everything aligned and I became, the leader in my field. And I loved that I connected with David and we created a 12-week meditation program that you can get right here at She Life. We had such a great time. We have so many testimonials. So it's I won't go through it too much because I want to give you your upgrade. But I just want to share that as well. I'll just put that in the chat if anyone is interested in joining that. I also do one-on-ones. And you can just reach out, do the free discovery call, and let me know. So today we're playing, this is the frequency. I'll also share the frequency album that we're playing. If you already have these coils and you have up to resonant console 2, you already have this frequency I just shared, which is the heart chakra, 128. Because what's important here is, first and foremost, is self-love. Because you're a superconscious being, you're a superconscious creator. So you must shift from a limited human, right, through all your levels of consciousness, knowing that you are perfectly worthy and that you're safe. So you need a system to help keep pulling you up and elevate you so you can become it, the new instilled program that you're fully deserving. And so what's there are beliefs that you're not enough, maybe events from childhood, even past generations, family constellation, because it's been proven, family constellations have been proven to be passed down in your DNA up to 7 generations deep. So if you can imagine like family trauma and your ancestors you might be carrying, past lives, parallel lives, trauma, collective trauma, emotions, personality like the imposter, inner child, the people pleaser, protector, controller, all these parts that were to make us who we are. What about body systems? We hold emotions in our body systems and our energy systems, and you have like agreements and contracts. So what we're going to do next is connect through the field. It's a closed eye meditation where it's passive. You just close your eyes and you listen to me passively. You accept the frequencies. It takes about 10-15 minutes. Who's done my sessions before? Let me know. Just type in a me. I've done your sessions before and what you experienced. Me, Jill, yes, I recognize your name. Yeah, let me know what you experienced in the past, what you noticed, how you shift. You basically are going to shift today. You've been carrying these for decades throughout your entire life. So we're not just going to shift everything today in one fell swoop. Love them. Thank you. But what we will do is whatever your superconscious allows for your highest good. Okay? When we do one-on-ones, we go really, really deep into what's yours. But when we do a group, we just kind of do a broader brush. And you will feel lighter. Okay? So we have a field, right? I connect to this field. This is me, this is you, but we're connected to the all. So I tap into the higher field and I read it intuitively. And whatever comes up, I just give some commands and let it go. And there's nothing for you to do but listen passively. Who's ready for that? Who's ready to really connect with their highest version of themselves, who attracts their highest tribe? Because you're already enough. Who's ready to take, not be a victim of your past, but take responsibility for your creations and step into the greatest version of yourself and know that it's safe and that you're worthy? Are you ready? Love than me? Yeah. And so it's a closed-eye process, and I just speak to you like I'm speaking to you now, except for I'm reading the field and I'm addressing your superconscious. What it feels like, Olivia, ready to have fun. What it feels like, it might feel like nothing. It might feel like energy moving through your body. Some of you might yawn. Some of you might release emotions. Some of you might feel tingles. Some of you might feel certain areas. Some of you might have random memories. There's no right or wrong. But whatever it is, it's for your highest good. Okay? So it's just, let's close our eyes. Give me permission. I give Galit permission to access my superconscious. It's all you set. It's your intention. You set the intent to receive. Just like, for people who say, oh, I'm an empath and I absorb everybody's energy, you're in charge of your field. You can choose to be an empath and absorb, or you can say, well, I can feel it if I want to feel it, but right now I'm just going to choose to close my field. Ready, Abigail? Thank you. Let's close our eyes, and I just will give some commands. So, superconscious, everyone here and in replay, we're going to create a treatment plan for this choice of aligning with my tribe that vibrates with the highest version of me, my highest vibrational tribe that aligns with the highest vibration of myself. I choose it. And just choose to align with that feeling. Choose to accept these heart frequencies. Superconscious, I'm just speaking to your superconscious, so there's nothing for you to do. Do you see everyone's choice here and in replay and resistances in the way? Create a treatment plan, please, in a perfect order and way. And let's completely become, for the highest good, a vibrational match to this choice now. Treat all priorities across all memories, timelines, and legal states. Thank you. So I feel a lot of energy on my end, and you might feel some too. You might not. Again, there's no wrong or right. I'm just treating, and you're receiving and allowing. Just notice how it felt before. It may have felt heavy. Maybe you noticed that you're not enough. And let's treat that I'm not enough. I'm not perfect enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm insignificant. I don't belong. I'm not smart enough. Not safe enough. Treat all these levels of incompleteness and remind all parts that you are whole and complete and safe now. You create your tribe not from fear or lack, but from your whole and complete version of yourself that you are. Thank you, superconscious. Please align with this identity. Treat all part personality. Let's treat the imposter identity and the inner critic and the overthinker and the self-doubter. Let's treat the fear of rejection, fear of judgment. Treat self-judgment. I want to treat all the chakra systems as well, not just the heart, but let's treat all the chakra systems from the root to the sacral, to the solar plexus, please, to the heart and the lungs and the respiratory system, to the throat, the thymus, the thyroid. Thank you. To fear of speaking my truth, fear of being seen, fear of being heard, knowing I'm safe, I'm accepted, I'm enough, to the third eye, to the crown, all meridians and chakras. Treat fear of abandonment, fear of abandoning as well, fear of loss, fear of loneliness. I want to treat forgiveness as well. We're going to do some quantum healing with forgiveness keys anywhere in the body needed. I want to treat also self-forgiveness and elevate self-love. I want to treat shame and guilt. Thank you. Treat the emotion of grief as well. Treat the emotion keys anywhere in the body when needed. And let's treat with pain keys as well, anywhere in the body when needed. Allow the flow of energy as needed, including meridians and auric field. Treat stuck energy, stuck, suppressed, repressed emotions. Treat past trauma, fight, flight, freeze response. You're doing great. A lot is moving. Treat the protector controller. Treat the inner child. I want to treat family contracts and suffering contracts, family history and constellation and entanglements. Also past life contracts, parallel life contract. Treat the lungs and the throat. Treat fear of my own greatness. Treat fear of ridicule, please. Thank you. And treat fear of re-triggering the self and parts. Treat belief systems. Treat world beliefs. Treat, world beliefs especially. Treat worry. Treat money stories. Treat comparing to others. Treat fear of missing out. Treat envy. Treat I don't belong enough. No, I have always belonged. Treat that black sheep identity. Treat I'm not loved enough or lovable enough. Treat the heart again and lungs, respiratory system, all body systems. And restore to the highest vibrational alignment. I am aligned. I am enough in all ways. I am ready to receive my vibrational tribe. Superconscious, keep treating as needed. Treat emotions again, stuck, suppressed, repressed, treat past, present, future, parallel. Treat secondary intentions. Treat the need to impress others. Let that go. Thank you. And know it's safe to just be you. Step into your highest vibration of authenticity through self-love, self-acceptance. Superconscious, treat that, please, to fully align. Good. Fully aligned now. Please ground and anchor this identity back into the matrix of the universe, including everything we treated here today across all memories, timelines, and ego states, and align us with the highest version that we're becoming moving forward. Thank you very much. I want everyone to take some deep breaths and let that anchor in. Breathe in and wiggle your fingers and toes and just allow it to integrate into your very being, your identity that is already you. And I want you to just notice and feel when you think about connecting to the highest vibration tribe from the perfect version of yourself that you already are, whole and complete now. How does that feel different? What did you notice? What did you realize? How did you feel during that session? I would love some shares when you're ready to come back, wiggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes. If you're just choosing to receive that you are worthy of your people, of your relationships that you would like to experience in your life, are you ready to receive? What's the aligned action that you are getting? I'd love to hear from you. I felt relieved and connected. That's wonderful, Abigail. Is this your first time? So it's the combination. Well, I'm so glad. So it's the combination of the frequency work and quantum entanglement with the field, the superconscious self, higher self, for your highest good, receiving, setting the intention. It is the fastest shift and with all the work that I've done so many modalities trying to heal my childhood wounds. It is the fastest, more on point treatment that I could ever have tried with others, and people are just, nobody's felt a bigger shift than combining these energies together, because you're all powerful when you choose to receive the frequencies and entrain. You're so welcome. Does anyone want to move forward and learn more? Does anybody want a free call? Does anybody want to learn more about how they can get a system, how to get one-on-one, how to do the 12 weeks? I would love to know what you experience. Can we have some more shares as you're coming back into the room? Can we have some more feedback, what you received, what you learned, what you experienced, what you noticed that's different about your outlook, your self-love, your interconnectedness with your own heart, with you deserving everything you love. I'll just sit and wait. What would you like to know? Any questions? Feel free. Ask away. Anything. Maybe even you need extra coaching. Maybe you're struggling with something in your life and you want to ask. Thank you, Abigail, so much for your stepping forward and being willing to share your experience. Who's back into the room? You're welcome. You're welcome to use the chat. You're welcome to share. I love seeing all you here. And if you just joined late, don't worry, the replay will be there. Yeah, and feel free, go ahead, ask who you're. Yeah, I really appreciate you putting yourself out there and saying, hey, I feel relieved, I feel different, I feel more connected. I would love some more shared. Did everyone experience something? Did anyone experience nothing? That's okay. I saw my team of about 10 guides standing above me. Jill, what an incredible journey. Good for you. It's so nice. And we all have this team. We all have them. We just have to trust that they always have our back. Oh, you're so welcome. Congrats to you. And what is the next aligned step? You see, you're never alone. Whether, it's a physical tribe, which, there are many people who also are in tune with their guides. You just got to keep showing up and trust that you'll be connected. Ask them to connect you more. Thanks so much for that share. Any other shares or questions? Step right up. I want to know if anyone didn't feel anything. There's no wrong or right. Maybe you felt something and you're like, not sure. What was that? Thank you, Emily. I love listening to the frequency sounds. Yes, this is also sound therapy, as well as very powerful. Like that in the room with me does 30 feet, and these, they do 20 feet. So these are, they're very, very powerful. And as you can see, you're not even in the room. Isn't that crazy? So the meditation program, is anyone interested in the meditation program? It's 12 weeks where there's a lesson. If you go to the page, I'll show you. I'm just kind of throwing pasta at the ceiling to see what you guys are interested in. So maybe you're not, but I'll just show you what's possible. And so what it is, if you go to this page, and I'll put it again here to everyone. I've been using the chi crystals for about a year and haven't seen any change. Sorry, just joined the Zoom. Oh, then, perhaps why, and thank you for that share, and that's perfectly okay. If you want to book a discovery call, let's talk about it, and maybe we can create some programs. Make sure you're using them. Have you done that? Have you booked a free call yet with our wellness? We can do that as well. Let's share that link with you of a free call. We want to make sure that you have the best experience. And if you just joined, I'd love for you to experience the replay here as well. But I just put that link in there for you oh no, what did I do? Did I put the free call? Thought I did. Let me try it again. Let me do that again for you. You have to run. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, let's find out but make sure you watch the replay. So if you go to this page with the transformation, scroll down, and there's this right here. There's a presentation we did and another one of these meditations that you can do for free. So if you like this and you want to experience another shift, you could just watch this. It's right here, Chi Life under coaching. And then watch it, do the meditation in there. And what we have in here is, see, we do 12 weeks where we take back your sovereign power. You design a life you love. You learn how to step into your life's purpose, true nature and purpose. How to manifest health and vitality, not just physically, but emotional health, true identity, to become the you, that your authentic you, relationships, family repatterning, money beliefs, so you can stop blocking money and start attracting money and be in the flow of money, integrating your parts like your inner child, your protector, controller, etc. We integrate your shadow. This one is huge. And you have to be quite advanced to do shadow integration. That's why it's almost at the end. And then we leave you off with a literal morning ritual that you just put on. These meditations are like 10-15 minutes a day with one, and that you just listen to every day. And all of them have frequencies and shifts inside, just like we did. So here's some testimonials you can read. We're gathering actually more testimonials we're going to add. And you have a money back guarantee for 60 days. So that's a win. Okay. And again, what we listened to today is from this. If you have Resonant Console 2 with your system, you get this already. If you don't, these are the frequency album we use. We use the heart one. This one. Oh wait, I'm not sharing. Was I sharing? I thought I was sharing all this time. Anyway, you got the maybe I did, maybe not. Sorry about that. Any more questions or shares? I love that you guys are experiencing shifts. And if you just got here, you didn't experience the shift, but you will in replay. Did anyone else? I see that a bunch of you are still here, so you are clearly interested in learning more, hearing more. I'm here to help you if you have like a question like, what do I do about my family? What do I do about, my relationship? Am I on the right path? Thank you, thank you. All right. Oh yeah, that's my email. Thank you, Kay. I forgot, my email is there. You could just email me and ask me a question. So, without further ado, I really appreciate you all being here and really sticking around and just hearing what I have to say, hearing, that you are perfect already. There's nothing you need to fix about yourself. It's all vibration. You just got to let go of the old programming and make up a new one of how you want to be. Step into your authenticity. Okay? I send you love. And please check out, the other. Thanks, Erin. My 4-year-old daughter was listening to this lesson with me. Wow, that's interesting. Did she do the process? She's still being wounded. We can't avoid being wounded. And I don't like to say the word wounded, but Carl Jung, or however you want to pronounce it, called it wounding by individuation. It become to know how it is. And the best thing as parents for a little wee like your 4-year-old, what's her name? What's great is to just see the world through her curiosity of a child, that anything is possible because she is spirit in a body. And now the new kids are actually born awakened still. They don't forget that they're energy beings. And to remind them that you are an energy being in a body and that the universe always has your back. You're always safe and loved. And the most important thing is that you are safe to be you. You are safe to express yourself, to be curious and authentic and follow your inspiration in the container with your parents protecting you and loving you. So thank you so much for that question. And I'm so excited that your daughter is starting out way earlier than I did learning this. I was half-baked already when I learned this stuff. Talk about a life of struggle. You don't have to struggle. So if you want to learn, reach out. There's many ways you can learn. Okay? I love you all. You are perfect. You are enough. Thank you for the good time together. Likewise, Olivia. Thank you. Bye. Ooh, one message. Thank you. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Abigail. Thank you.